Okay. Oops. Okay, that's cool. It's kind of light back some, so I'll do it like this and do it like that. See if I can stand it up. Okay. Hopefully my phone don't fall. But what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl, at K Kanora, aka the Narcissist, and I'm back with another video. Okay. Um Yesterday I made a video on narcissistic supply, and that video ended up shutting off right at the end of my video. So I decided to make the second part today. Well, no, let me go back. Hold on, I'm messing up. So yesterday I made a video on narcissistic supply, and that video ended up shutting off on me before I got done, basically. So I'm here today to finish up that video from yesterday. So this video will be part 2 of the one I did yesterday, but it will be marked part 1 because I didn't put a part on the video that I did yesterday. So it's part 2, but really part 1. So look for this video as part 1. And if you haven't watched my video on narcissistic supply, you can stop this video, like my son said the other day, and go watch that video because it is up and it is ready to watch. So let's get started. But before we get started, I just want you guys to I just want to tell you guys something. So if you haven't watched that video that I made earlier yesterday, it was called A Narcissist Will Try to Say Things That They Want You to Do. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that video. You will see that I'm having having a conversation where I'm speaking to the apartment manager here and everything, and I said what I said, she said what she said, or whatever like that. So yesterday when I went to the store to get the game for game night, because we had game night yesterday, so if you haven't watched that, our game night video, go and watch that video. That video is so awesome. It's so funny. We enjoyed playing Monopoly and everything. But anyways, when we were leaving to go and get the game, I noticed there was a piece of paper in my door. So I pulled the paper out, and it was this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It was this. And this says right here, a 7-day notice to cure non-compliance. And it says my name, my apartment number, all that. And it says, and all others in possession of the above described premises, pursuant to Florida law, you are hereby notified that you have materially breached the terms and conditions of your lease agreement executed for the above referenced premises. You are hereby notified that you are in non-compliance of your lease or Florida law for the following reasons. You are in violation of the terms of your lease agreement and or Florida law. You are causing a continue unreasonable disturbance on the premises by engaging in actions including but not limited to aggressive and confrontational language in actions with management, employees, and or with other residents, engaging in altercations with other residents when on or about 12/4/20. You engaged in banging loudly on neighbor's door after neighbors asked you repeatedly to stop causing to stop causing police to respond, disturbing the peaceful, quiet enjoyment of the premises for other residents. Demand is hereby made that you remedy the non-compliance by December 14, 2020, or your right of occupancy shall be deemed terminated and you shall vacate the premises upon such termination. If the same or similar incident reoccurs within a period of 12 months, landlords shall have the option to terminate your right of occupancy and demand possession of the premises. Failure to vacate the premises upon termination of your right of occupancy, if such shall occur, will result in the initiation of legal eviction thereto, levied against you, levied. Is that even a word? Against you, in additions to all amount of rent due and owing. And then it just got the date of the note and everything. I just want to let you guys know that when, like I said the other day, a narcissist hate to be exposed. So when you expose a narcissist, this is the kind of things that happens, okay? I don't care about this paper right here because I know I'm well into my rights to defend myself against anyone and anybody. And for this notice to say to be demand is hereby made that you remedy the non-compliance by December the 14th. So basically what this person is telling me to do is shut the fuck up, basically. Now, this is America, baby. If I don't know anything else, I know I have the right to speak my mind. So if that gets me evicted, guess what? I just gotta go. You understand me? But I just want to let you guys know that this notice came after I confronted the manager about the mistreatment that I've been dealing with. Now, I confronted the manager, well, not necessarily confronted. I notified the office. I notified Section 8. I notified the school board. I notified the health department. I did all of these things to try to get some help into this gaslighting, these people harassing me, these people watching me, these people intimidating me, being hostile towards me, all of this. I did all of this back in November when my son wasn't in school. I did all of this. Y'all know because I made the videos. So this is the greatest part about me making these videos is because now I have everything on video. Everything on video. Okay? So you can't tell me that I haven't tried to reach out to somebody for help. Nobody wants to help. Okay? So if nobody wants to help me, guess what the fuck I'm going to do? I'm going to help myself. I don't care about your little eviction, whatever it is, because I have a right to speak my mind whenever I need to speak my mind. So if you don't like that, then she might as well just give me an eviction right now to this day. But you have to understand when you're dealing with a narcissist, this is the kind of things that happens. So it's nothing different from what happened in Alabama. It's the same exact thing that happened in Alabama. Literally nothing has changed. Nothing is different. That's why I said I used to believe that when a person say, when people keep saying the same thing about you, it's you. I don't believe that no more. Because now I know that everybody can say the same thing about you and it's not even you. But anyways, let's get back to talking about narcissistic supply. See, I stopped yesterday. So we already know that narcissistic supply is something that a narcissist needs from its target to feel whole, to feel important, to feel self-worth to feel I said important, but anyways, a narcissist need a narcissist supply from his target to feel important. So we ran through all of that. We talked about why a narcissist need this supply. We talked about it's because of some internalized bad feelings against a recipient who is usually a mother, a father, or whoever, and they take that and they act out in such a way that they know they don't supposed to, and they not only act out towards that recipient, but they act out towards everybody. So we talked about that too, and we also talked about what else did we talk about? Oh, we talked about that feeling, that bad feeling eventually creates a feeling of of create a feeling of self-worth that is dysfunctional. So we talked about all of that. We talked about how a narcissist sees the environment. He sees the environment as hostile, aggressive. We talked about all that. We also talked about it, that if a narcissist is not receiving this supply from a target, that he will discard this target, and once he discards this target, he starts smearing this target. But mind you, the narcissist will, even if a narcissist is getting this supply from you, they are already smearing you, they are already devaluing you, they are already love bombing you. So whether you give the narcissist the supply or don't, the admiration that he needs or not, they are still going to treat you as if you're nothing. So when a narcissist can no longer use you for supply, then they start, devaluing you. They will still love bomb you, and they will still discard you. They will. And that led us to talking about the sources of narcissistic supply. Okay, so now that we know what narcissistic supply is to a narcissist, now you have to understand that there are supply sources, and there are two kinds of sources a narcissist receive this supply from. I think we began talking about the primary narcissist supply, which is based on attention and public and in forms of recognition, fame, and we talked about all of that, fear, repulsion, all of that, and that led us to, and we also talked about this primary narcissist supply. It may be imaginary, that their realization may be imaginary or fiction, or only evident to the narcissist. Like, you won't get what they're trying to do, but it won't be real to you, but it's real to them. So we talked about all that. So the main narcissistic supply trigger, there is a trigger that trigger this narcissistic supply, and it's an individual or object that causes the source to provide narcissistic supply by confronting the source with information about false self of the narcissist. So basically what I did is I triggered that narcissistic supply, and that's why I got this eviction notice on my door, because I triggered that. So if the false self is projecting admiration and the narcissist find an environment that feeds into their need, then it becomes a trigger of primary narcissistic supply. Hold on, objects. A main narcissistic supply trigger is an individual or object that causes the source to provide narcissist supply by confronting the source with information about the false self of the narcissist. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I really don't understand that, so I really can't speak on that. Okay, so that's the primary narcissistic supply, which is, fame and all that stuff. And the trigger of that supply is when the source, the individual that causes the source. Oh, so I was thinking that when I confronted her, that was the trigger. No, the truth is when they are doing what they're doing to me, that is that's how they get the supply. So an individual or object that causes the source to provide, there, like I told y'all, everywhere I turn I'm being gaslighted. It's just so crazy. Like everywhere I turn, I have people like placing themselves in positions to gaslight me. It's bizarre. Like there is no limit a narcissist won't go at all. So that's what I had to realize. Like my neighbors in Alabama, I kept thinking like, nah, they wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I really underestimated them because I really was like, they wouldn't do that, but they did. They did. Everything that I said they wouldn't do, they did do. So I kind of like underestimated them, so to speak. Like there is no limit a narcissist will go and nothing they won't do to get that supply. It's really disgusting, to be honest with you. It's really disgusting. You really have to know who you are dealing with, and a narcissist is not someone you want to deal with. So like I told y'all, excuse me, if you are dealing with a narcissist, you need to stay the freak away from them. And it's like I can't get away from them because they're driving the Ubers now. You see what I'm saying? They're in the store. They're the cashiers at the cash register. Y'all gotta hear me when I'm talking to y'all. They are the managers at the apartment building. Like, yes. Yes. It's like they are putting themselves in the position to. But that lets me know too, where I find comfort in is that they are very disheveled. Once a narcissist starts doing all of that they're doing, especially I'm dealing with a covert narcissist. I'm dealing with a covert narcissist. So a covert narcissist, if you haven't watched the 4 different types of narcissists, go back and watch that video, because a covert narcissist will do things in secret. Now, a overt narcissist will basically do it and won't hide it, but a covert narcissist will do it so only you know what they're doing. And I'm dealing with a covert narcissist. So what gives me comfort in it is that I know that if they are going through all of this trouble to try to devalue me and discard me, then that's their rage. That's their form of rage. Come on now, like people at the zoo, like everywhere I go, like I know that they are raging. So I find comfort in that. Like I don't want y'all to feel like a narcissist always win and a narcissist will always lose, because you have to understand, if a person go out their way to make you feel less than you are, they are already beneath you. Trust me, it is true. That's why when I first got on here, I told them, and I'm gonna tell them again, what you do to me has already been done to you. And that's the whole thing about it. So I try to find comfort in there. I try to find the silver lining in that, because I know they're unstable, because they are doing just about everything to devalue me and discard me. So if you can't take comfort in that, take comfort in when you're being devalued or discarded. I know it may feel, unfair or unjust and immoral and ill will and spiteful and all of these things. I know it may feel that, but take comfort in knowing that if a person have to go all out their way to discard you, that they are really raging right now. It's only because they're a covert narcissist and they're used to suppressing their emotions. Remember, a narcissist repress their feelings, so that caused them to suppress a lot of things. So they can be sitting up here with a face just as calm as day, but on the inside, they are getting eaten alive on the inside. So don't ever think that since this narcissist are not crying or not yelling or not beating their cars or beating on the walls or whatever, don't ever think just because they're not doing that they don't feel it, because they do feel it. That's why they're going out of their way to devalue you, to discard you, and to discredit you. So you have to understand that. So yeah, that's the narcissistic supply. That's the primary narcissistic supply. Now, the secondary narcissistic supply involves projecting the image that they live a good life, a worthy cause of pride for the narcissist, maintaining a safe existence, financially security, personal acceptability, upward growth, and acquiring companionship, having a partner, possession, all of this. Like a narcissist, when they date, they don't date because they love this person. Oh, they can see themselves living without this person. This person just the most beautiful person in the world. They don't feel those feelings. They are with you because they want to show you off, basically. Basically what they want to do. So don't just think that it's people who are low in life that can be gaslighted and manipulated. Gaslighted and manipulators, they care so much about their image that they will date a lawyer just to say, yeah, I'm dating a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? They will date a model. You know what I'm saying? They get women like those, like women who are, successful. That's who they want, really. So that's the secondary supply that a narcissist get. That's what they get. They get supply from thinking for let me see, for projecting this image. And projecting this image, it may not even be true. They may be on Section 8 like I'm on Section 8. They may be receiving food stamps like I'm receiving food stamps. They may be going through the same shit I'm going through. But they will never admit that. They will always pretend like they are living a better life. And y'all already know how I am. I really don't give a care. I really don't give a care who think what of me. Because at the end of the day, me being on Section 8, me getting food stamps, it don't make me any less a bad person than anybody else. And when I look at myself, I don't see that. I see myself for who I am. I know that I'm capable to do anything I put my mind to. I know I'm smart. I know if I go back to college right now to this day, I will succeed. I know that. So I don't care like what I got and what I don't got. As long as my son is happy and my baby is happy. He's walking around here right now doing something. That's how I know he's happy, because he can go into his own little world, and his own little world just be so peaceful around the house. That's how I know my son is happy. Like, I look at my son's drawings. My son draw suns and moons and happy things and rainbows. My son draws stuff like that. So that's how I know he's a happy kid, and that's my main focus. Like, I don't care about anything else, really. All I care about is me being happy and my son being happy. That's it. That's all that matters. Nothing else really matters. Appearance don't matter to me at all. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people see when they see me, because when I look at me, I know I see somebody who is nice and helpful. And if you fail to realize that, then that's your problem, not mine. I ain't do anything to you. I ain't say nothing to you. From day one, these people around here, they've been acting weird, acting like they know something I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is really going on? So you think that I don't have a right to ask these people what the hell is going on? She got to be out her mind to think that. Baby, got to be out her mind. No, I really don't care. I really don't. So that is basically the second source, the secondary narcissistic supply. You know, because when you, and the funny thing is, I get hit on by guys all the time, especially on my POF page. And the funniest thing to me is when guys come on my page, well, get in my inbox, messaging me saying, I got my own house, I got my own car, I got my own everything. I'm like, and? What the fuck? I got my own, I ain't got no car, but bitch, I got my own bus pass. I got my own house. That was just so funny to me, because I really mean this. Like, I got my own house. I got my own, what? What? No, because when I talk to a person, how do you love? How do you love a woman? What can you give to people? What is something that, what quality do you think is the most important to you? These are the fucking questions I want to know, because I want to know how your brain operates. I want to know. So when you talking to an intelligent woman, which I consider myself to be, none of that is going to impress me. So don't come at me saying, you got this, you got that. No. You got this and you got that, but are you going to take my son to the park and teach my son? Are you going to teach my son how to be a man, how to treat a woman? Are you going to teach my son how to express his feelings, let him know it's okay? Are you going to do that? Because just riding around in your car ain't going to raise my child. Just walking around this big house ain't going to raise my child. Ain't going to give my child. And when I say raise my child, I mean what morals. Like morals, to know, like, no, you can't do things that are wrong. And that's the phase I'm in with my son now. Like, I tell him that all the time. If you know something is wrong, why would you do it? You're going to get in trouble. So just do right. Like, I remember one time, my mama, Katie, she had left me to the house one day. This is after I had moved with Etna, but when it was time to, in the morning, when I was going to the bus stop, I would always stop by my mama's house, and I would just sit there and wait, you know, look out the window until the bus came. And so one morning, she left me to the house. Matter of fact, she wasn't even there. She wasn't even there at the house, but she left the door open because she knew I was coming. So I'm in the house by myself. Now, mind you, my mama got money, she got candy, she got everything lying around the house. She wasn't there for me to ask her. And my mother, she was very intelligent. So she probably was doing this just to teach me something in that moment. Because Katie, she was very wise lady. She wasn't there. Now, every morning, she would give me $1 and let me get something to take to school with me because she was the candy lady. But this morning, she wasn't there. But the dollar was on the, matter of fact, the dollar wasn't even on the thing, just her money, like all of her money together. It was dollar, quarters, pennies, nickels, rolled up, not rolled up, whatever. Everything was sitting right there, candy, everything. So I'm like, I think I probably was like 10 or 11. I probably like 11 years old at the time. So, yep, this is probably like a year before she passed. So I'm like, oh, the bus finna come, and I want $1 to take to school with me. But my mama not here. So I'm like, oh, what to do? I ended up stealing the $1. I ended up stealing the $1. Literally, y'all, I wouldn't tell y'all no word a lie. I literally, when I tell y'all, that bothered me all day. Now, mind you, Katie never whooped me. So what was I scared for? I knew I wasn't going to get no whipping. But I was scared because I didn't want my mama to be disappointed in me. Do you know that feeling when your parent is disappointed in you? And mind you, Katie is never disappointed in me. So I thought about it all day. When I got off that bus, I made it my duty to go to my mama's house and say, Mama, I'm so sorry I took your $1. I was boo-hoo crying. Like, boo-hoo crying. And she was like, I know you did. But that right there, that's your whooping. Because when you do something and then you take something, you got to live with it. And I had to live with that. So you have to have a conscience, and narcissists, they do not have a conscience. They do not have a moral code. They do not have any of that. So just because you got a nice car, this, that, or the third, you probably duct tape rape me and put me in a trunk or something. Like, no, in your nice car and ride around town with me in your nice car while my family looking for me. Like, I be on that stuff, but anyways, y'all, I'm gonna end this video here because I'm about to make decorate the Christmas tree. That's going to be a whole nother video, but that is the end of this narcissistic supply video. Like I said, there are two sources of narcissistic supply. There's the primary source, which is getting fame and recognition, people giving them compliments in public or walking on a red carpet. And then the second one is called the secondary narcissistic supply, which is the narcissist giving a false self-image of what they have and who they are. So like I said, if you know that you are dealing with a narcissist, just stay away from them. That's all I can say. I wish that I can move. I literally want to move. I literally want to leave. Like, I don't want to live like this. I don't even deserve to live like this. I haven't done anything to these people. I haven't said anything to these people or anything. From day one since I've been here, these people have been really weird towards me. And, you know, it just make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Like, bitch, who the fuck you think you is telling me to keep my mouth closed? Bitch, this is my mouth. And I'm grown as hell. I say what I want to say. But like I said, one thing about a narcissist, when they go this far, it lets you know that they are enraged. So this person is really raging out. But that's not going to stop me from standing up for myself and setting boundaries, because at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. So set your boundaries and stand up for yourself. Peace until next time.